Hello, this is Caleb with Garvin Sewer Service. I'm here at 1555 Bradley Drive. So we do this house. I have been out here a couple times as well as other members from Garvin's. In December of 23, I did camera the line because of how many roots we had. I think there might have been like some laps and some cleaning because I remember fighting and getting huge balls of roots then. I also cambered the line, mentioned a couple offsets, located them, but since then the locate information has been lost due to the paint wearing away after 2 years, as well as new pavement. Actually, that's probably the bigger thing. And also the HOA has changed management hands a couple times, so this information might have got lost. So we're here cameraing it and cleaning it today. The cleaning will be taken care of by the HOA. And then like from our contract, and then the camera will be paid for by the homeowner, Kevin, but we will have this available for both parties. Just kind of point out what we've seen and what's going on with this line. Just to go ahead and start, this line does have a lot of root intrusion. I would say, and I do almost all of these all the time unless there's an illness or vacation, essentially. This house seems to have the most aggressive roots, in my opinion. Every time I'm out here, we run a long time, a lot of roots, and this time I had a trainee with me, so I popped the manhole and watched, and I'm talking about a trash bag amount of roots, and we were out here just 5 months ago in June. So that's kind of worrisome about how fast these roots are growing. We do have a series of offsets, which makes it to where the roots don't have as much of a barrier to grow through, so it grows quicker. And so we'll go ahead and address that as we start pulling back. Right now I'm about 72 feet to the manhole. We are in the manhole right now. Our camera head is the manhole that's right next to this the car parking spot. It has a round rock, brick stone around the manhole. I did pop that, look at this, watched them snake it, and we went back and forth a few times. So we started off here. There's not a problem with the manhole. It's just I wanted to start here. This is the common line, so this is not the residential sewer for 1555 Bradley. This is all the Bradleys on this section. So 55, 53, I think it is, 51, if those numbers are correct. All those run, past my camera head currently to the manhole. So this is what we consider the common line when I'm using the terminology about what and where this is going. So this line's bigger than the 4-inch drain that is a residential. All right, so now we're in the residential for 1555 Bradley, out in the car spot, and so this will be specific to the unit at 1555 coming back, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at our worst spot that we will address is the end right before we jump into the common tap. We have a fairly big root intrusion on top, as well as separation of an offset on the bottom, and that causes kind of a belly. The pitch on my camera is saying -20, and then it gets stuck right there. So accumulation of waste, even just normal toilet paper and waste, will get hung up here, and there's anything else flush like feminine hygiene products or wet wipes, they will definitely get caught up there and cause a block. So I believe that this is one of the highest root intrusion spots, though it is not the only one. So we did locate this spot at 9 feet deep outside. It is at the front end of the parking spot for this unit, and then it's heading over to the sidewalk that's right next to that manhole. So that probably needs to get fixed. Not probably, it definitely needs to get fixed. That is prone to a backup, and at the very least the roots will grow aggressively because there is separation, and roots growing will cause the separation to get worse over time. Since it started, it's only just a matter of time. It needs to get fixed. So we're going to go ahead and pull back. We will have a 45-degree turn. There are some root intrusions in every transition from here on out, from minor to severe, and we'll kind of look at those as we go. It's kind of a little lip of an offset. It's not too much to be worried about, but it is starting to happen. But if you were to repair that section that's just a few feet down the way, I think it would be smart to go ahead and just repair that spot too, It is a very minor offset. There are roots though at this 45-degree turn before we head down to look at that bad offset that goes into the common line. So from here we'll have a straight, okay, there's a, yes, so this is also another offset. So this 45-degree fitting has an offset on both sides. I did locate this at 9 feet deep. At the foot of the parking spot, like right next to the garage where the numbers are. That is, I think that has some pretty good root intrusion. Whenever you have offsets, you're not able to get the roots as well when you clean them. So there's a little bit on that left side. You know, even if we did struggle for another hour or two, you might get a little more, but it's not prone to a backup right now. But offsets do get worse with roots growing, and they also restrict cleaning being as effective as it could be if there was not an offset. So it looks like that fitting has no roots. That fitting has maybe some minor roots on the left side, but it was cut out really effectively. Minor roots on the left side, cut out effectively. I think this stretch is pretty good up until we get close to the cast iron. We'll have 2 more spots we want to take a look at. But from here on out, I mean, for this little section from the 45-degree turn to the house, it seems like we have minor to moderate root intrusion that is able to clean out really well, just like this one that we're looking at on the right side. It would be nice to get this lined or dug up and replaced. The offsets do need to get replaced, in my professional opinion. Okay, yeah, I think those are just roots. So yeah, they were cut out pretty effectively. I was just looking at the drain. The roots on the left side cut out effectively. Roots on the left and right side cut out effectively there. Alright, so this one is one of 2 moderate offsets with root intrusion. So we were able to cut this spot out really well, surprisingly. I'm surprised on how this left side we were able to cut out so well. Because of that lip that you see, it does seem that most of the time those are really hard to clean, and you'll have some, some strands of still sticking out, and that's sometimes the caveat with offsets. This is a moderate one. More root growth will cause the offset to get worse. If you just left it indefinitely, it would break it, just like the other ones. So we did mark that. It is actually left, if you're looking, walking out of the house, the unit itself, it would be to your left, and that kind of grashy, bushy knoll going up to the unit. I will flag them. They were about 9 to 10 feet deep. I was not getting a very, very confident reading, though I did mark some spots down the way to try to map it, and it does seem to be in that general area. The depth is somewhere between 9 and 10 feet, in my opinion. And I could be wrong on that. It's just the locate was struggling because of everything in the way. So that spot is located and marked, needs to be addressed, as well as this spot right here. So this spot right here, despite us trying to go back and forth, we couldn't get this line cleared anymore. And so you see on the right side, there is that offset at the cast to clay transition. That is also just 4 feet away from the other place. Again, not a very confident reading, but we will flag that. So we had lots of roots here and here, as well as the big spots down the way. Those are what's causing this to back up more frequently because of the offsets. The roots grow with less restrictions. This is all outside, all in the clay sections. We do have cast that I'm pulling back out now. That's within the house. The cast looks to be in really good shape. That's in 70s homes. Cast will sometimes give out just due to the time period it was made in. But it looks really good. So the cast is nothing to worry about within the house. The scale is actually pretty minimal, which is good news. So we have our clean out here that we were down in the basement in. So yeah, I think that all those offsets need to be addressed. Otherwise, you're going to be prone to backups The more you back up because of roots, the more likely the offsets get worse to the point that they crack. The distance down is 9 feet to 10 feet, depending on where you're at. And then I will flag the stuff in the grass, mark the stuff in the pavement with paint. And then this will be the information that anybody needs to maybe move forward with getting any type of repair done. I do know with bellies and some cracks and offsets that lining and pipe birching is not an option. So if somebody wants to move forward with asking questions about how getting this fixed, I think the sewer excavation department would be the place to call if you would like to move forward with that. If there's any other questions, the invoice summary will have a text version of this job written out. My name is Caleb. Feel free to give us a call. Thank you for your time.